Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew a front twist top. And if it's something you're interested in, then please sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. Also, in my previous video I already showed us how to go about the pattern drafting for this particular tutorial. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go ahead and watch that video before coming back to this one. And I will also be linking that video to this particular one. So with that being said, let's just get right into this video. So I already went ahead to place the front pattern on the material that I'm working with for this tutorial. So I'm working with a cotton fabric, a muslin fabric actually. It's cotton and it's not stretchy, but you can actually use any material of your choice actually, whatever you want for your design. Totally depends on your taste. So I have this material folded into for the because I'm going to be cutting this in two pieces. That's the front pattern, the left hand side and the right hand side. So it's folded into. So now I'll just be pinning this pattern to the fabric before I cut it out. Now after I'm done pinning the pattern to the material, I'll just go ahead and cut out this material using the pattern as reference. So I'll be removing the pins so I can separate the pattern from the material like so. So I'll just go ahead and use pencil to mark out the middle of the center front like so. And then I'll go ahead and also differentiate the wrong side of this fabric by drawing like an X on the other side of this fabric to differentiate the wrong side from the right side, because this fabric can be very confusing and it's almost identical to the right side. So we have to kind of draw something on it to be able to know the wrong side from the right side. I hope you understand. So brief recap, that's the armhole right there, that's the neckline, the center front, the hem line, just the same way we have it on the pattern and we have it on the fabric as well. And that's the cut line, the main focus of this particular design. So as you can see, that is the cut line right there where we're going to be joining together later as we progress to bring out the twist design for our front bodies. But before we do that, we are going to use the back pattern first to cut out the back bodies. So let's get right into that before we come back to the front bodies. So because I am not using a stretchy fabric for this, I'm going to be needing a zipper allowance. So I left about 1 inch of allowance before I placed my pattern on this fabric, as you can see, so I can have a zipper for this design. Also, the material is folded in two because we are going to be having two pieces for the back obviously. And I also went ahead to add half an inch sewing allowance to the hem line, to the neckline, the armhole and also the side seam. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out this material. Then I'll go ahead and open up the zipper allowance at the sides like this. Then I will also be using my pencil to mark out the wrong sides of the fabric so I can differentiate them. Now it's time to work on the front bodies. Now at the cut line on the front bodies, the line we drew at the bust point on the pattern, that's the cut line, that's what I'm showing you. So we need to join those points together. So we need to align those points together and sew them up. So let me open up the body so you can see. So this is the bodies, right? And that's the cut line at the sides. Let me open it up so you can see. So those points need to come together like so. You make sure you align the two folds together. Let me open it again so you don't get confused. See? Then you close it up, making sure that right sides are facing each other. And you make sure that the lengths are equal. You align them together, match them up together like so, and then you run a straight stitch. Now you run it from the side like so, like half an inch, and then you stop around measure around 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. You can do 1.5 if you want, but I'm going to be working with 1 inch, so I'll just use my pencil to mark that 1 inch. So I'm going to be opening up this bodice again. So I'll open it up like so. Can you see? So let's assume that we've closed the cut line. When we close it, we are going to have something like this. So that's the center front, that's the neckline, and that's the armhole. So I'm going to be matching them up once more. So we need to close that side. So I'm going to be matching it up again, right sides facing each other, and then I'm going to be running a stitch 1/2 inch from the sides up to the 1 inch mark, and then I'll stop at the 1 inch mark. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. So now I've already closed that side, and I also left 1 inch of space that I didn't close up. So let me open up the body so you can see after closing that cut line. This is what we have. As you can see the center front right there, and then you can see the neckline, the armhole, the shoulder, the side seam, and then that's the cut line, and then that's the little space that we left, the 1 inch that we left. So that's that. Then I'll take the second side of the front bodies. Now that's the other side of the armhole. We are supposed to close that cut line, right? But I'm not going to be closing it for the other side, at least not yet. What I'll be doing is passing the lower part of the bodies through the 1 inch of space that we left at the other side of the bodies. So that is the default shape of the other bodies, right? So now I'm going to take the lower part of that bodies now. Like I'm going to pass it through the 1 inch space at the other side and drag the material out. So I'm going to be pulling it out of that 1 inch mark like so. Now just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to be pulling the material out of the other side, and then I'll rearrange it. Can you see that it's already forming the twist at the front? So I pulled it out, and then I'm going to be realigning all the points together, the center front, the lower center front, the other cut line at the other side that we've not sewn yet, and then I'll just rearrange the material like so. So that is the cut line for the other side that we've not yet sewn. So I'm going to be turning this material to the wrong side, just like we did for the first bodies. We are going to be running a stitch along that line as well, making sure that we stitch as close to the knot as possible, but don't stitch on the knot, guys. So just stitch as close to the knot as possible with 1/2 inch. So I'll just go ahead and run a straight stitch on the cut line, and then I'll be right back. So after running the stitch on the cut line, this is what we have. Let me turn it to the wrong side so you can see. So that's the stitch right there. I stitched close to the twist, to the knot, but not on the knot. So you stitch very close to it. That's the armhole and then the neckline. So we are left with two openings now, the center front, the upper and lower part. So I'll turn this fabric to the wrong side and make sure that the lower parts are facing each other, right sides, and then I'll run a stitch of 1/2 inch and sew very close to the knot or the twist without sewing on the twist, guys. So I'm just going to run the stitch at the lower part like so. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. So after sewing the lower part of the center front, this is what we have. You can see that place is closed already, so we just have one opening left, the upper part of the center front connecting to the neckline. So that place also needs to be closed. Now, just like we did for the other three openings, whatever we are sewing on the center front is not going to be touching the front twist or not. So I'm going to be turning this material over now and making sure that the lengths are aligned together, and then I'll be running 1/2 inch stitch on that line, making sure that I run it as close to the knot as possible, but not over the knot. So I'll just go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Now this is what I have after joining all the necessary parts together. So we already have the neckline, the armhole, and everything visible now. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring over the back bodice, and then I'll be placing it on top of it, right sides facing each other. I went ahead to pin down 1 inch of the zipper allowance. I'll be adding the zipper later, and then I'll be placing this bodice on the front bodice right sides facing each other, and then I'll join at the shoulders. I'll join at the hemline with the sewing allowance that I added. So after joining the parts together, this is what we have at the end of the day. You can see you can customize your neck however you want. You can add your sleeves if you want, or leave it sleeveless, depends on your taste. And that's the twist design right there, and that's the cut line along the bust area and also along the center front. Then for the back, you can also add your zipper for your design, but if you're using a very stretchy fabric, then you might not be needing a zipper for that. Also, it depends on your taste and what you want for your particular design that you're working with. And so on that note, guys, this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. If you really enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and also share this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. So till I see you in my next video, guys, bye.